Hashem, we're sitting in the Shirat David Beis Midrash. We have the opportunity to learn on Zos Chanukah night. Zos, this is it. We just had a beautiful adlacha from Rav Shlomo, Katz himself, big chizuk. We'll be able to be a adlacha of a special person like him. Tomorrow morning there's going to be a musical hallow, so whoever's around. We haven't had yet from Rav Shlomo. We had from other tzaddikim over here. But we're going to have a proper musical hallow. Sorry if my voice is a bit off, but it's Baruch Hashem. And then there's going to be some divrei chizuk. But tonight I'm also hoping to be by my Rebbe. Baruch Hashem has a schus, hopefully to make that happen. And again, I'd like to go tomorrow for Zos Chanukah Tish. Zos Chanukah Tish for me is the highlight of the year. It's where you take all the psilas, all the wicks, and you burn them together. It's like a bayochai kind of matzah. We spoke about it already this morning when I gave the same shir. But I gave it in a different podcast, the relationship flow. Now we're going to talk about in a more United Souls experience. Because part of Zos Chanukah is together. Like we said, bring all the wicks together, burning them all up. Bring all the neshamas together. And the kriya, the nesiim, we mentioned already, the idea that all the korbanos, all the nesiim come together on the final day of Zos Chanukah. We already entered into Shevatim, the Shevatim of Yosef and Binyamin, Ephraim, Menashe, and Binyamin. We already have the 3 Shevatim and 3 Chadoshim, and they already mentioned at the end of Hanukkah, the last one is Menashe, and then we carry on into Binyamin, which is Chodesh Kislev, and then we carry on weiter in the Kriya, all the rest of the Shevatim, Dan, and Usha, and Naphtali, and we bring all the Shevatim, all the Korbanos, all the Nesiim, and then we get to Belos Chetz and Nevis. Then we have the Menorah Mamish from the Torah. Aaron Cohen's Ratzonus will that we should also be Zocher to the mitzvah of Menorah, is the mitzvah of Pasumi Nissa, the mitzvah of bringing Hashem's awe into our homes, into our hearts. The Skavana of the Emes of Kohen Gadol. He wants everyone to be a Kohen Gadol. He wants everyone in Am Yisrael to have shaykhs to the highest level Kedusha, and that's Mashiach Teka'or. Amik Kulam Tzadikim, that's Mashiach Teka'or that comes down on Zos Chanukah. And tonight's the night, tomorrow the day. It's a big Eitz Ratzon to daven, any tefillah, any tehillim, any avoda, any machshava tova. You're making boundaries of any business stories, just being able to say, already told, I have an event with Nissan Black tonight, already told the organisers that I'm not going to be available. If they want to message me, they're not going to get anything. They're going to have to wait for Nissan to be in touch with them when he's ready. And making boundaries, you've got to do that sometimes, So you can do your avoda, and Baruch Hashem, I think, no makabel. But the idea that basically we're here to serve Hashem. We're here, this is a day to serve Hashem in the week, in the reality of life, and be able to power big Yeshua, because whatever wasn't done, Rosh Hashanah, Yom Kippur, Sukkot, the Chodesh of Tishrei, now on Zos Chanukah, it's the Chasima B'toch Chasima, it's the extra, next level after the Kvitlach Mana on Hoshana Rabbah. This is the Chasima, the Zos Chanukah has in it, the Koyach. And we should realize that we have an opportunity to pour a lot of Yeshua's for Am Yisrael today, for the new year that's already here. And it's all a big preparation for Shovavim, which is the Parshas coming up after we finish V'yigash V'yichi, coming Shabbos Chazak, not this Shabbos, next Shabbos. The opportunity to really tap into an extra light. So, and Dafka during Tavis, Dafka during the darker months, and Dafka with the menorah, which we light in the lowest place. We bring that to every kind of person, every kind of situation. That light is mishpashet, it spreads out. Just like the Baal Shem Tov wanted through his students, all the way through to the Baal Shem Tov, to the Rabbi Nachman, and Faiga Nachman Simcha. So it says in this Torah, Likutei Moharan, in Mem Aleph, we've already been learning that there's a certain hamtaka that goes on. It's a deep concept, but basically you have the concept of bina. Bina is on the kav, the left side of the Eitz Chaim. It's a bit Kabbalistic, this Torah, but it's good. Rabbi Nachman knows why. Here we have to learn Kabbalah at the end of the days. Especially with the derech, he takes it. Because it's all about Simcha, it's all about hamtaka, sweetening the judgements. Example, that there's a thing called Big Berkaim, the knees. In this place of the knees, there's a lot of din, judgment. Yeah, I have the Torah here, if anyone who wants to look inside. You look at the 10 Aleph. It talks about the Berkayim from Yaakov Avinu. Yaakov is gematria 2 times Elikim with the 10 Osius. Yaakov has the koach to be mamtik b'shoroshan. The 2 Elikim is obviously din. The 2 aspects of din with the 10 Osius, who's mamtik. Yaakov sweetens everything. Yaakov Avinu, he was buried on Zos Chanukah in the Machpelah. Mentioned this morning. Yaakov Avinu's avoda is only shalem through his children, through the Shirat, which is what we're learning about in the Chumash. And Yaakov Avinu, what he did is, which is very important, he chap the brachas v'mesav, which is what we need to do in Golis. We need to chap into the times like Tevis, which is usually an Esav time, to chap back the Kedusha. So too, Chanukah goes into the Vach, into the week, into the Chol, to bring the Kedusha into those moments. That's the whole tafkid of a Yid. And Yaakov reaches a level, Yisor Saba, which is a higher level of revelation of Yaakov, and he's able to take the Berkayim. Berkayim is the knees. It's connected to the same notion as Beirach, Brochas, the Bechoyre, the firstborn, and he's able to take that point and bring it back to Kedusha, bring it back to Hashem, and bring down a lot of good energy, a lot of Brochas for Am Yisrael. So he says that when you're on the Kav of Bina, Bina is the left side, is the side of Gevurah, he's able to mamtik that through Yain, which is Sameach, through the wine. Now we learn also by the base of English the Kohanim wouldn't drink wine because the base of English was a place of Simcha, so you didn't need the wine. But until we're in the base of English, we have the mitzvah of Sameach ourselves.
I don't think din with wine. Wine is din.
Because the Yain is connected to the union of Bina. It brings Simcha. It's based on the Zohar, based on Pesukim. We said one of the Pesukim today in Brochi Nafshi. It's Sameach Lavav Enosh. It makes a person happy. Happy. Simcha because his Shoresh is in Bina. Ein Bonim Smecha Luka. It's all based on Pesukim and Zohar Kodesh, and he brings a lot of. He's very Mesamsim, very deep concepts over here. Rabbi Nachman. He goes on to say, and this is where we're going to go a little bit weiter. Nimsa Ayidei Rikudim. Now, next level is dancing. So that's why it's good to go to a tish, because you dance a little bit. Tonight, I don't know if the Rebbe is going to dance so much tonight, a little bit, maybe on the bleachers, but the real dancing will be tomorrow, Zos Chanukah tish, everyone. It's like a Bayochai Matzav, because all the weights, everyone's throwing in all their satlach, all their pijonas into the Rebbe, and the Rebbe's saying, and tefillas for everyone, and it's this big pile of paper and wicks and oil, people keep pouring all the whole time, and then it's like a Bayochai fire, and the whole olam are dancing with the fire and the flame, and the warmth of the rum. We have a special rum. We get into an energy. So when he drinks the wine of joy, this is shoresh in the aspect of bina. He's drawing down into the feet. This is important lashon. He pushes away all the external forces. This is something you have to understand. Like, we're surrounded by all these external forces. You see it so much now. Before Mashiach comes, all this chitzonius, all this technology and AI and everything is chitzonius, it's not real. But we have to push it away, the negative aspects of it. All the chitzonius, all the external. We have to bring out the panimius, the nakuda, panimius. We have to magarish, push it away, chitzonim misham. How do we do that? Through simcha, through dancing, through amtaka. Zos islavish arikud. That is the excitement in the dancing. Isha reach nechach l'Hashem. And that's an offering by giving a pleasing reich nechach l'Hashem. There's an offering to Hashem. Alludes to the fire and excitement of dance. When a Yid dances, it creates a nachas ruach to Hashem. And it sweetens the decrees. There's a lot of decrees, that we've seen the last few years on Am Yisrael. I've been in Australia, etc. One of the things I was davening the most for during this Chag, I wasn't zochid to be in the North America. I was zochid to be in Eretz Yisrael. Chanukah, Hashem changed my plans last minute. But I was sending still people, like Levi Miller, Basiel's son went. He went to Toronto, he went to New York, he got connected to Rabbi Yemi Ginsburg and the H. Kodesh and the Nigun Chabura, thanks to the bookings, and he did an event with Jericho and brought Yemi Ginsburg there as well. And then he went also to Miami, And Alex Clare went to Texas, went to Miami, and now is on his way to Jamaica. And one of the things I'm davening the most is they should have safety. There should be any decrees, there's been so much fear in the world. We should have safety, we should have security. We should be able to share the light of the Baal Shem Tov without fear. Yeah, that's one of the most important things the Baal Shem Tov received from his father, Mesorah, his father, his Yisrael ben Eliezer. His father was Eliezer. Eliezer told him at the time he was nifter, and at the time of father's nifter, all our fatati should be healthy. What did Eliezer Baal Shem Tov, his father, say? He said to him on his deathbed, he said, the most important thing is not to fear anybody. That's what he told his son. Don't have any fear towards any people. Just fear Hashem. That was the passing words to the Baal Shem Tov from his father. And you see that he was a revolutionary. My daughter was talking about it the other day. We have to have more revolutionaries. People who change the agenda, change the conversation, change the theme. Like we mentioned this morning on Shabbos Ben Shapiro, we have to be able to fight all the sheker in the world and say the truth. I don't know if you saw his speech. We have to fight it. And that means we need to say the truth now in the world, whether the world likes it or not. In the world, in the end, will appreciate it long term. They want, as Rabbi Lord Sachs always used to say, the world wants proud Jews. It doesn't want weak Jews. It wants Jews who are able to share the message of truth to the world. And be truthful and stand on the truth, stand on the Torah with truth in their hearts. And like Nevi'im, like calling out to the nations, the awe of Hashem. And this is the kind of Am Yisrael that Hashem's going to bring before Mashiach comes. He's going to waken us up to our levels of Nevuah, to levels of Gilui, of Shechina. This is the kind of Gilui that we have to daven for every day. Or not just accept a Shvacha Yiddishkeit, like a Yotzi Yiddishkeit of just davening and learning. Truth is, in our generation, that's a huge majority just to get up and daven every day. Baruch Hashem. But we should aspire for more. We should daven to Hashem to have high levels of Nevuah. Like we said, we want to be mashpia to our wives, to our soulmates. That means we have to be full kelim, we have to be filled up with energy and light, not with cutness, not with small-mindedness. So Yaakov Avinu was getting excited, he was dancing. He was bringing out the concept of Isha, which is usually more the side of Gevurah and sadness. He's bringing it to a level of Reach Nechayach LaHashem. Bina, bringing it to Simcha, bringing it to fire for Hashem. Of a Mishma Rakid Bislavas Yetza. Alright? And he's going to say, but there's always a disclaimer with Tzaddikim. We'll end off with this. They don't dance with the Hislavas of the other side. That would be the other evil inclination. That was what happened by Navad and Avihu. They brought a false fire because they were shaking in the base of Mikdash. They were drinking in the base of Mikdash. It wasn't a place for it. It wasn't a time. They were bringing a korban, an Eish Zara, a foreign fire. So even on the highest levels that they were, Nadav and Avihu, and he goes on to say their Netzach and Hod, which is like the two thighs, the two legs of Am Yisrael dancing. They're the holy Yid. Huh? Yeah, the whole of Purim and Chanukah are Netzach and Hod. Purim and Chanukah are Nitzah, are victory and Achna. They come together, these two Chagim, and they're like their legs, giving us legs during the winter to dance, to warm up, to be on fire for Hashem. That's the kind of energy we need to have. For Kedusha, for Sameach, he goes on to say. But we'll learn this next time. We'll go into that whole foreign fire, and I'd better keep it in a positive place of holiness and happiness. But the main thing is to take Zos Chanukah, to really get some energy, and to start the new school for the new time period with a lot of joy and a lot of optimism, a lot of positive energy, and not let the world, the negative external forces hold us back from doing what we need to do, push them all away with joy, with l'chaim, with bringing, with high tefillahs, with really pushing for the ultimate. And with that, Be'ez Hashem, we'll be zocher to the Gilui Shechina and Mashiach Sekeinu b'mhei v'meinu. Amen.